Alright, so just as we had with matrix row operations, we also have rules for what we can and can't do with matrices as a whole. To start, we can multiply them by a scalar. So if we have matrix A, which is a 3 by 3 matrix, and I want to find 2A, all I do is I multiply every single number by 2. So here I have 7. 7 times 2 is 14. 1 times 2 is 2. 2 times 2 is 4. 2 times 2 is 4 again. 6 times 2 is 12. 4 times 2 is 8. 0 times 2 is 0. 5 times 2 is 10. And 3 times 2 is 6. Every single individual number, and they just go right back where they were before. Now we can also add matrices together. See this matrix A, it's a 3 by 3 matrix, and matrix B is a 3 by 3 matrix. If you want to add them together, they have to have the same dimensions. This cannot be a 2 by 2 and this a 3 by 3, that just would not work. So when I'm adding A to B, I take the first number and I just add it to this first number. So they have to correspond to each other. Here we have 7 plus 2 is equal to 9 and goes right back in that same spot. 1 plus 0, it's 1. 2 plus 1 is 3. 2 here plus 3 here, and it's 5. This middle one is 6 plus 8 is 14 and goes right back in the middle. So we just keep on doing that. Now, same thing for matrix subtracting. They have to have the same dimensions. Now, if I want to do A minus B, it is the same thing, but remember, it's the one from A first minus the one from B. So here I have 7. 7 minus 2 is 5. 1 minus 0 is 1. I can't do the opposite. I can't do 2 minus 7, that would be negative 5. I really have to pay attention to which one is first. Now here is the hard one. First, I should tell you that there's no such thing as matrix division. It does not exist. We cannot do it. And for multiplications, it isn't like scalar multiplications. Here I can't do 2 times 2 is 4. That doesn't work. And especially with this one, the dimensions become really important. The dimension of this matrix is a 2 by 2, and this matrix is a 2 by 3. If it is capable of being multiplied, the two inner numbers have to be the same. So if I have a 4 by 3 matrix and a 3 by 2 matrix, that would work, because when I put them next to each other, the ones that are inside have to be the same number. Now, the new matrix that is produced is going to be the outer numbers. Here I have 2 and I have a 3 here. So the new matrix produced is going to be a 2 by 3 matrix. We are going to go step by step just to not lose anyone here. The first thing we're going to do is we are going to take the first row and the first column. If I'm multiplying this matrix by this matrix, I have to make sure that they stay on their appropriate sides. This is on the left side always, that does not change, and this is on the right side. If I were to switch them, I would not be able to even do this multiplication. So I take this first number of the first row and I multiply it by the first number of the first column, 2 by 2. And then I add the second number here times the second number here. And all of this is going to my first row, first column. So I have 2 times 2 plus 3 times 1, which is 7. Now for the other ones, I put stars because we don't know them yet. Now we just move on. We keep on moving down the columns. So here I have row 1. I need to do the multiplication for this column this column and this column so that I can find all three answers. I do the exact same thing. First number multiplied by the first number. So 2 times 6. And then I add second number multiplied by the second number. So 3 times 0. 2 times 6 is 12, plus 3 times 0 is 0. So that is 12. Remember from the last slide, we got 7. So I have 7 here and a 12 here. And I keep doing that. I'm going to go over them slowly again. So this is the last one for the first row. I have 2 times 1 plus 3 times 1. And that equals 5. So I finished my first row because I did this row, this column, and this column. There's no more columns, so I stop there. I now move on to my second row. I do the exact same thing. See how this one's on the bottom? Well, the answers I'm going to be getting are for the bottom row as well. I have 4 times 2 plus 5 times 1, and that is 13. So again, first one multiplied with the first one, added to the second one, multiplied by the second one. Again, 4 times 6 plus 5 times 0, and it goes, so this is the middle column, it goes middle column, bottom row, 24. One last one, I have 4 times 1 plus 5 times 1, and that is 9. So my answer of this matrix multiplied by this matrix is an entirely new matrix. So it's quite different, and remember, there's no such thing as matrix division. It does not exist. In the next video, we are going to be talking about the inverse.